Frozen is wildly popular. It's so popular, in fact, that Elsa and Anna haven't even joined the Disney Princess franchise yet because Frozen has become its own brand. It's just that crazy. It's getting its own theme park attraction at the Norway Pavilion, and it's just spawning merchandise, it's spawning sequels, it got its own live action adaptation of Once Upon a Time, and Universal knows how popular it is because they decided to create the Huntsman Winter's War. And in this video, we're going to discuss Frozen, the characters of Frozen on Once Upon a Time, and the characters of the Huntsman Winter's War. More so focusing on the sisters, not so much the Huntsman or Kristoff or Hans or whatnot. This is really dissecting why the sister dynamic and why the Ice Queen dynamic worked so well. Now, in Frozen, the biggest reason why that movie did how it did was Elsa's a Disney princess. Disney princess movies always do the best at the box office, and Elsa had powers, and the song Let It Go was fantastic. Let It Go is what drew people to this movie many, many times. I think I saw Frozen 8 times in the theater. Don't judge me, please. So, Let It Go is what really did it. And then, like I said, the powers, and then like the sister dynamic is really what people loved because, you know, it's not the love of a man and a woman that is able to save Elsa. It's Anna's love that saves her, which is a great idea. It's a great concept. Now, people say Frozen's overhyped. I can see why they would say it's overhyped because at this point it should be over and done with. But people can't let Frozen go. No, that was not meant to be a pun, but I punned anyway. So the powers and the fact that Elsa's misunderstood and she's not a villain, but she could be, is really what people like. Because I feel that what's happening with the Huntsman Winter's War is what could happen if Elsa was a villain. However, from the past 2 trailers we've gotten, that's disproving Emily Blunt as being a villain to being more of an anti-hero, to completely turning on her sister to being a hero. Now, in Once Upon a Time with Ingrid is what Elsa would have been if she didn't have Anna's love. Now, in Once Upon a Time, there are spoilers here, so if you don't want to be spoiled for Once Upon a Time, turn back. In Once Upon a Time, Ingrid is trapped in a magical urn by her sister when she accidentally kills her other sister, Helga. And then the sister that put Ingrid in an urn was Elsa and Anna's mother. And Elsa and Anna's mother instantly regretted, but she never let Ingrid go. And because of what had happened to Ingrid, thanks to Gerda, her heart was frozen off. Metaphorically, she never actually took her heart out and froze it, but it was frozen off to the world because she wanted people who would love her for having powers, and she pretty much decided you only need 2 people, and I'm going to kill everyone else. Now, in the trailer for the Huntsman Winter's War, we see Freya, who has a child, and she loves her child. She doesn't have her powers. Her powers spawn when the child is supposedly murdered. And that's when she has her heart frozen. They suffer a grievous loss. Now, in Frozen, Elsa's powers tend to manifest when her emotions are at its highest, and I believe the same applies here. When you have powers that have a dominion over an element, when you're sad or angry, they're going to take effect vastly. And that's clearly what happened with Freya, because the second Freya realized her child was dead, her powers went nuts, and she killed whomever was watching the baby cradle at that point because the baby was gone. So why does the sister dynamic work? I think the sister or the sibling dynamic works so much because everyone generally has siblings. There are people obviously who are only children, but I have 2 sisters, and then there are other people out there with at least one other sister or one brother, and you connect to it in some way. If you're a sister, you clearly can connect, but if you have a younger sibling or if you are the younger sibling, you get it. So it's interesting to see this dynamic, and I think that's why people are so drawn to Frozen. I actually think Frozen would be a more successful movie if the main characters was Elsa as a guy and Anna as a girl. I've said that before. I don't know if people agree with me on that, but I really believe that. So here we have Emily Blunt, we have Ingrid the Snow Queen, and we have Elsa the Ice Queen. Now, we really know how Frozen goes, so I'm going to kind of get off of Frozen and focus on the comparison of Once Upon a Time to the Huntsman Winter's War, because I really think that's where the analysis lies. Excuse me for just totally messing up my hat like that. So like I said, the analysis lies in the Once Upon a Time version to the Universal movie. And Universal clearly is piggybacking off the success of Frozen because they know how popular Frozen is, and they know that people like ice powers, people understand the sibling dynamic, and they're also bringing in box office gold with Emily Blunt, Charlize Theron, Chris Hemsworth, and Jessica Chastain. Now, I am not a huge fan of Charlize Theron, though I think she's amazing. Like, it's a kind of mixed thing. My favorite movie with her is The Huntsman, or Snow White and the Huntsman, and I like Emily Blunt, but my favorite movie with her is Into the Woods, which didn't do that well. But these actors have amazing fan bases, and I believe their fan bases is what's going to draw them in to the movie, and it is what is going to make the movie do so well, and it's gonna do well. So Elsa's outfit in Once Upon a Time actually sort of looks like Freya's outfit here a little bit. And then it sort of also looks like it's blended with the Snow Queen. But then Freya's outfit in the warrior version, which I have on the side, seems to be her real outfit going forward. And I'm really curious, like if people want to wear that. I don't think so. Like I feel like that's not like really a good costume. Anyway, that's more of an irrelevant topic. I don't think this movie is made for costume purposes like Frozen is. I don't think people are going to dress up as Ravenna or Freya. People are dressing up as Elsa and Anna because that's the sister dynamic you want to go as. So they look alike. It's obvious. Everyone has white hair. They have powers. Even their power sets seem relatively similar. Now, the big thing is Elsa never cast a curse to do anything evil. Elsa accidentally sets off a winner because she can't control her emotions. But here, Ingrid in Once Upon a Time cast a curse by channeling the magic of Emma and Elsa to cast Shattered Sight, which causes people to see the worst in each other and to end up killing them. Here, I don't think Freya is particularly casting a curse. At least there's no inclination she's casting a curse. But she's raising an army. And she wants people to not be able to love. And if they do love, they're banished. And the idea of the Snow Queen being so closed off to love is repeated in both of these. It's even repeated in Frozen with Elsa not wanting to get close to Anna. And I like that idea. And I think it works really well because, it's like someone doesn't want to be loved, so you need someone to save them. So I'm hoping that somehow Chris Hemsworth or Jessica Chastain's character will be able to thaw the Snow Queen's heart. My guess is the Snow Queen, or the Ice Queen in the Huntsman Winter's War, will be the mother of Sarah, because I've said that 3 times, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. But the sister dynamic is really what to focus on right here for the last bit of the video. And in the sister dynamic, in Frozen, it's fantastic. And Once Upon a Time with Elsa and Anna, it's great. Elizabeth Lail and Georgina Hagg are amazing as Elsa and Anna. And then you have Charlize Theron and Emily Blunt playing sisters. And I believe that they could totally be sisters. Like, it works really well, except I believe Charlize is Australian and Emily Blunt is British. All right? I'm wrong? I could be wrong. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But the relationship between these two is very similar to the relationship between Ingrid and Gerda, because it seems at first that Gerda loves Ingrid, which she does. She regrets her actions. We see that later in the show. But Gerda still is fearful of Ingrid and traps her in that urn. Here, the Snow Queen loves her sister. In the trailer, we saw that she clearly loves her sister, which is very similar to Ingrid and even Elsa. But the thing is, she's betrayed by her sister. Now, the Snow Queen in Once Upon a Time was betrayed because of an action she did. Here, the Snow Queen is betrayed because she has a baby. So it's making the Snow Queen even more innocent in some way, because she's a really good character. And then in Once Upon a Time, the Snow Queen, after she casts her curse, she breaks it by killing herself because she doesn't want to allow people to be inflicted with this curse, because she realizes she was wrong. She realized she had her sister's love the entire time. I don't know how exactly it's going to pan out in the Huntsman Winter's War, but I know that Emily Blunt's character is going to have to stay good or sacrifice herself in some way to stop Ravenna. But I think that the movie is piggybacking off of Frozen so much because they know that Frozen's successful and that it'll get people in, because ice powers is what is a draw. Powers are a draw. I think supernatural fantasy movies work really well, and Frozen is one of the most popular movies in the world, so why not piggyback off of it? I mean, these characters are not copyrighted. Universal can use Ravenna all they want, but Disney cannot. So it's really crazy how it works. And Disney can't use Freya, but they can forever use Elsa. But I think the sister dynamic is different because Elsa and Anna get along, Freya and Ravenna do not, and then Ingrid and Gerda did, but then Ingrid and Gerda never got a chance to make up because Gerda died. And I really can't wait to check out the Huntsman Winter's War to kind of give it like a Frozen true comparison, not so much to Once Upon a Time, but more so to Frozen itself, to see how it will work with that. But I'm looking forward to this movie. Now I've done 3 videos on it. I did trailer review of the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. So this is my 4th video for this. So I'm done until the movie comes out, unless you guys want another type of discussion video for this. But I'm so looking forward to this movie. I think that the characters look fantastic. I love the costumes. I don't think we should be wearing them because I don't think they're really good to walk around in. But I think the costumes are awesome. So share your thoughts about this in the comments below. I appreciate it, and we'll talk more about Once Upon a Time very, very soon when it comes back out. And Elizabeth Mitchell is actually doing a couple more shows, which is great to see her. Remember, she's the Snow Queen, so it's great to see her coming up with some things. And we'll be discussing Huntsman Winter's War in April. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.